Hello everyone, this is Max Forte to bring you another good, bad, and the ugly, the underrated, and the overrated. Today we're going to talk about the house of Thierry Mugler, and these are basically the fragrances that I currently own and rotate from this brand. There's other ones out there. There's Mirror Collection, there's other flankers that I don't own, as well as two other ones that I did own and just got rid of them. Which was Sun Essence and Iceman. I just didn't like them as much to keep them in my rotation. But what I have here is ones that I think are really the best from the brand. In my honest, humble opinion, the ones that I really enjoy the most. Little background on the company. So Thierry Mugler is a French fashion designer and perfume designer. Has been around since 1973 with his personal fashion line called Café de Paris, and in 1978 he opened his first Paris boutique. So it's been around, and also the Thierry Mugler is linked with Clarins, which pretty much owns a portfolio that has Azzaro, Thierry Mugler, and Clarins, as well as Porsche Designs perfumes and David Yurman fragrances. So it's a pretty large company, and Thierry Mugler is a extremely well known and very reputable amongst us fragrance lovers. So I'm going to give you a little bit of insight on each one of these guys. Starting from left to right. These are in no particular order as far as least favorite and more favorite. I'm going to give you that afterwards. But when I talk about the good, the bad, the ugly, the underrated, and the overrated, changing the format a little bit here, keep you guys on your toes. But I'm going to give you the overall a little bit on each one of these, starting with Pure Shot and then making my way around. So stay tuned for that. Alright guys, so let's give you a little overview on each one of these guys from left to right, starting with Pure Shot, which was created in 2012. So basically, Pure Shot is the lighter of the house. You got the blue star, it's a rubber flask, white, really nice, really beautiful presentation on that. This one is the cooler of the bunch, not a warm scent, if you will. It's a woody aromatic. You get mint, you get some pepper, some patchouli obviously, and sequoia. I find this very close to Sun Essence and Iceman, and hence the reason why I didn't keep those two, because I think having this here, I didn't have any need for the other two. Next, I'm going to talk about Pure Havane. Pure Havane is definitely one that is phenomenal for projection, longevity, and performance. As you see here, this one here is a little below the middle. Been wearing this an awful lot. This is actually my second bottle of this. I enjoy this Oriental fragrance so much. You get the honey, the cherry pipe tobacco, the vanilla, the cocoa, a little bit of amber. What a beautiful fragrance. Definitely a masterpiece from these Pure creations. Then we're going to talk about Pure Coffee, which in my opinion is very underrated. By the way, this is the original. I haven't smelt the one that was re-released, so I don't know if by re-releasing this fragrance it was actually changed as far as formulation and performance. But I gotta tell you, this older one, which was released back in 2009, I'm sorry, it was actually 2008, is a great fragrance. What a beautiful Oriental fragrance. I do get the coffee, very prominent note. You get the background, the DNA of A-Man with the patchouli, but the coffee really screams out, and I'm very, very pleased to have this vintage juice here of this creation. Then we're going to talk about one that was invented by Thierry Mugler in 2011. This was released in 2011. It's a taste of fragrance, or known in the community as pure chili. This one here doesn't get much love. A lot of people talk about it being, a dog, but I gotta tell you, this is a beautiful fragrance. I like it. I do get coffee, I get vanilla, I get the chili note, a little mint on top. Obviously it has the Amen DNA. What a beautiful fragrance. I think it's extremely underrated. Great to wear at this time of the year, fall and winter. Then I'm going to talk about one that is very dear to my heart. I just recently got this. This is a Pure Malt Creation. This was a 2013 edition. This is actually a little bit different. It's the Gold Star. It shines. And this here, comparing to the original 2009 Pure Malt, I get a little more dried fruits out of this composition. You get caramel. There's a whiskey note in there, but I get a lot of dried fruits in it, which is very beautiful. I want to say it's pure malt enhanced. I really, really enjoy Pure Creation. Then we'll talk about Pure Malt 2009. This thing, for a little while it became discontinued, and then it was mayhem. People were paying $200-300 for this thing. It is a phenomenal fragrance, but $200-300. I guess if you really had to have it, it's a beautiful fragrance though. Nevertheless, beautiful for night out. You got to give its props. What a beautiful fragrance! You get the whiskey note, the dried fruits, the berries. Unbelievable fragrance. And then next up, we're talking about Pure Leather, or a Pure Cure, or Pure Leather, which a lot of people don't seem to like it as much, but I gotta tell you, I do enjoy this fragrance. I think it has people think that this is very similar to the original. I get that, but this has a beautiful leather suede note that comes through, and I think that makes the fragrance very smooth and very easy to wear. Easier than that, doesn't have the tar note. I do enjoy that very, very much. And then gives us this here, 2014, just came out, Pure Wood. I love this juice. I think this has a little bit of Frappans 1270. I think this is such a great fragrance. I get a little bit of, obviously, the DNA of this, but it takes it to the next level. I'm very pleased to have gotten this. I think Pure Wood is a great addition to anyone's collection. If you're into these flankers, I think this is definitely one to check out. You get definitely coffee in that too. You get the prominent note of the oak wood, and I definitely get a little boozy feel, and I'm very, very happy to say this is a great performance in my skin. Over here we have we have Cologne by Thierry Mugler. This is a great scent, very clean, very soapy, very easy to wear, casual. I love this in springtime and summertime. A lot of people say that this, reminds them of Creed's original vetiver, which I can see that. I do enjoy this a little bit more. It performs phenomenally, and I'm happy to have that in my collection. This is like my third bottle or something. And then we're going to talk about B-Man. B-Man is a great fragrance. I think that this fragrance definitely deserves more recognition. People don't talk much about this fragrance, but what a beautiful fragrance. People don't talk much about B-Man. What a beautiful fragrance. Nice oriental fragrance. You get cinnamon. I get leather, vetiver. Definitely get violet in there. Spices, vanilla. It's just a beautiful fragrance. Very spicy, very opulent. I love this juice. A little bit on the darker side. I think that this thing deserves some recognition, and I'm very, very much a fan of B-Man. Then we talk about A-Man. What a masterpiece. What a unique combination. Get the tar note up top, which I do enjoy. Patchouli bomb with coffee, with caramel, vanilla, amber. You get the chocolate, the cooling effect of the mint up top. The dry down is just unbelievable. I love A-Man. This started it all back in '96, and to this day, the staple and a masterpiece in anyone's collection. So these are, the pure flanker in the A-Man collection. I'm going to give you up next the good, the bad, the ugly, the underrated, and the overrated. So stay tuned for that. Alright guys, back again to give you my overall picks for the Thierry Mugler house on the good, the bad, the ugly, the overrated, and the underrated for the A-Man line. Okay, so starting up with the good. The good, it definitely has to be A-Man. Okay, A-Man is the good. It's something that's, like I said, a masterpiece, a staple in anyone's collection who loves fragrance. It's been around since '96, and it's a masterpiece, and I think it's going to be selling very well for the next decades to come because it's definitely a masterpiece. So that's the good. The bad, I'm going to link the bad with it being a little bit of overrated fragrance. Don't get me wrong, I love it. I love this fragrance so much, but I had to give something the bad, so I'm going to give it as an overrated. And I will talk about, and I love it because if you look at my top 10s and fall and winter fragrances, this is always going to be there. But at one point, because it was discontinued, it was so hyped and people were paying prices like there was no tomorrow. So because I have to give something here, I'm going to give this here as the bad and overrated to Pure Malt, which I do love. But I have to give something as an overrated bad, so I'm going to talk about Pure Malt. Don't get me wrong, it's a phenomenal fragrance, but for the $300, you could have gotten any Mile and a Mile, which is quite similar to this fragrance for a fraction of the price. Okay, so the ugly, it's definitely going to have to be Pure Shot. Okay, and you look at sales, this is going to be probably discontinued because it's just not pulling the sales. I do enjoy it. I do enjoy this in spring and summer. Very similar to Sun Essence and Pure Iceman. I'm sorry, it's Iceman and Sun Essence. Very similar. It's got that mint cooling effect vibe with the patchouli. Just not a great fragrance what you come to expect from Thierry Mugler. So I'm giving this the ugly. Now the underrated, a fragrance that definitely needs some attention, some love. I think that you all agree is going to have to be B-Man. B-Man to me is the underrated. I think it's a fragrance that doesn't get enough love. I don't think people talk about this enough, but this is such an underrated fragrance that needs some love. Give some love to the Red Star, guys. B-Man is a great performer, a compliment getter, needs some attention. So the good, the bad, not that this is a bad fragrance, just what happened to it was bad. The overrating of this fragrance, the hype that this thing had. The ugly, and the underrated. Okay, so this is my take on the A-Man line. A favorite of mine overall, if I had to say, okay, this is my favorite. If I can only keep one of this house, I would probably keep the original A-Man, which I get bottles of it all the time. This is, I don't know, my 6th or 8th bottle. So this is probably going to be my favorite. Now on the flankers, if I had to keep a flanker that I really, really love, it's so hard to do, but I'm really enjoying Pure Creation right now. I think it's such a beautiful fragrance. You get that whiskey vibe from the original Pure Malt, but you get more dry fruits, and it's just beautiful. I'm very, very happy with this, but I just got it, so I haven't had much experience with it to be able to say that I couldn't do without it. And I do enjoy Pure Coffee from the original vintage edition a lot. But I guess that's it, guys. That's it for the Thierry Mugler line. I hope you enjoyed. Please let me know, comment down below. Let me know if there's anything from Thierry Mugler that I haven't checked out that I should check out. And let me know your comments. Let me know what you think about Thierry Mugler. Let me know what's your favorite, what's your most favorite from the lineup, what's your least favorite, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you.